All right, here we go. The Corona Open J-Bay, back to South Africa. Once again, we're going back where we were a couple of years ago. Been a long time coming, and boy oh boy is everybody waiting for it. How do we score at Jeffreys Bay? Long wave, perfect wave. 9 times out of 10 when it's breaking, it is an amazing wave. If you look through the history of the surfers that have won the event, only good surfers win contests in good waves. J-Bay can be a really tricky wave to surf if you haven't been there before, because it speeds up, slows down. So if you race down the wave, you'll find you've got to the end and hardly anything's happened. So the really good surfers know how to adjust their speed to attack their wave into those critical sections to get those big turns which will lead to the big scores. I want to go back to 2019, the last time we were there, and we can look at the final between Italo Ferreira and Gabriel Medina. And what happened in this final was Italo Ferreira gets a 9.1. Good size wave, takes off, comes around, down through the section, comes up. Nice first turn, falls out of the lip a little bit. It's a good size wave, not the biggest wave of the day. An okay turn again, races down through the section, comes up and at it. And what the vision doesn't show is how fast he's actually travelling. This is a really big turn, that one. Comes back around, nice carving turn to set up into this last section, and then bang, hits the closeout. And there's the biggest turn on that wave. Now this is a really, really good start to the final. We then move into Gabriel Medina's first wave, first real scoring wave. Gabriel gets the biggest wave of the day that comes through. Now I know size doesn't matter in surfing, but that first turn is massive. And look how fast he's going along this wave, racing, racing, racing. Once again, the vision doesn't do justice of how far and stretched out this wave is. He gets this lucky hit here that wobbles into him and he manages to belt it, but then the closing turn, so that combination of major manoeuvres is what gives him this score at the end of the wave. Gabriel at this point of the heat is chasing a 7.04, which in a final in J-Bay at 6 to 8 foot pumping surf is almost a throwaway score. Not many minutes left, it's down to just under 6 minutes, and this set rolls in. Gabby takes off here. Comes around a bit slow, and look at the size of this wave. It's half the size of his first big scoring wave, but this floater is amazing. He covers so much distance, comes around. That's that combination, straight back up into it. Bang, again he goes. There's the third one. It's a little bit forward, but still getting position down the line. A nice turn there, comes around. Straight back up again. This one's setting up into the barrel, and this is where the meat and potatoes of this wave happens. He gets a really, really long barrel. The commentators at the time were calling it the best barrel of the day. So we've got a 9.1, a 9.73 and a 9.77. Which wave do you prefer out of the 9.73 and the 9.77? It's argumentative because 2 judges liked that one way, 2 judges went the other way, 1 judge gave it the same because he's giving it 10s. And there's your score in the end. That's judging. Some go up, some go down, but when you're in that high-end game of 9s, your whole scale's compressed into 10 points that you're allowed to use because they're all ripping. So easily, obviously, Gabby wins the final, hands down, not a problem. There's no issue there because Italo didn't have a backup. And in the judge's mind, a difference between a 9.1 and a 9.77 is quite a big difference. We can go then into Carissa Moore in the women's, same year, different day. It's a lot smaller, obviously, but Carissa Moore gets a 9.5 in her quarterfinal. Starts off the wave, a really, really nice wrap, like really lays into it, and then comes in, does 2 forward turns. The judges don't like the forward turns, but it's still functioning, doing a turn, and then another turn, but then she pulls into a really neat barrel along the bricks. And once again, her meat and potatoes of that score, the 9.5, comes from the first wrap and the barrel. Like a really well-surfed wave and well-deserved score. What do judges want to see in J-Bay? They want to see a combination of major manoeuvres. They want to see a lot of risk. We're getting to that stage now where risk equals reward. So risk it all and watch the judges lap it up. They love it. They love you seeing the commitment into massive sections, big hard turns, carving turns, on-rail turns, aerials, the whole show, tubes. There's just some really good barrels out at J-Bay on the right wind and the right size and the right tide. It just rattles down that point. Pick the good ones, go massive and watch those scores fall. Good luck.